Hey friends, renegades, welcome in. Boy, what a week this has been. It's not even over yet. It's only Thursday, right? It's been a crazy week already, and there's so much to talk about. There's so many people contacting me, and they're just over the top stressed. They don't know what's going on. They don't know what's happening. Hey, which Trump is this that we got now? What do you mean he's making these kind of decisions? A lot of this doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and I get it. Certainly, we're in that same boat thinking about this and going, what in the world's going on here? Well, we've been saying for a long time, and maybe this will help calm you down a little bit and take a deep breath and know, hey, the things eventually are going to recover. We knew we were going to get into a high point of this war, this battle that we've been involved in, no question. And I think we're here. I think we're actually moving very quickly toward that point where everything starts popping in every different direction. Some things are going to be great. Some things are going to be horrible. Some things, are going to be totally unexplained. And I knew going into this that for many of us, even in this community, we're going to be surprised. We're going to see things. We're going to hear things. Laws are going to be coming out, or bills are going to be coming out, or court cases are going to be decided. And it's going to anger us because it's not what we expected. It's not going to look anything like trust the plan, right? Anything like that. It's going to be very different. And I think we're here now. I think now if we look at what's going on, things are popping in every direction. You could see there are some wins. Marjorie Taylor Greene, bringing stuff up like, hey, if you sell your house and you got capital gains, maybe we shouldn't be taxing that. What a good idea. Common sense, really, but what a good idea. And then there's the weird stuff like, what do you mean there's no Epstein list? There's no files. There's nothing. What do you mean there's nothing? We know. We've seen so much of it over the years. There's just so much of this stuff that's out there. All of it. None of it makes any sense. The dots don't connect. And where do I stand on this? Because people ask me, where do you stand on this? What are you thinking about? I think, first of all, it's a little bit crazy to think there's nothing after everything that we have seen, right? So similar to what? We had the Hunter Biden laptop. We had the Anthony Weiner laptop. We had so much information. We could have put so many people away. What happened with those things? Got buried, and eventually we forgot about them. I think Epstein's probably going to go in that same direction for now, right? We're going to push it aside. We're not going to do anything about it. And what list? There is no list. You were asking about it. There's no list. Really? Well, there are flight logs. There are visitor logs. There's all kinds of stuff. There's 10,000 hours of video. There's got to be something in there. If not, why is Ghislaine Maxwell still in jail? Anyway, so we have to understand is in war, we're going to win some battles, we're going to lose some battles. There are going to be decisions that are going to be made, and we're seeing those now, that don't make any sense. They just don't make any sense. So what do we have to do? How do we handle this? Well, number one, take a deep breath. I've always said 24, 72 hours, 48, 72 hours. Let's just, take a deep breath on this. And let's see where it plays out. I think the Epstein thing is going to be a lot longer than 72 hours, obviously. But you got to assume there's got to be a bigger reason for it, right? There certainly has to be a bigger reason for why, this is being really pushed away, put on the back burner. We're not going to do anything about it. We're just going to push it away. We're going to put it on the back burner, and that is it. Well, why? I have a hypothesis. I was talking to Lewis the other day. I was over at his place, and, he has a hypothesis. It's very different than mine. And everyone I speak to has a hypothesis about what's going on or what it could mean. I don't know who's right. I don't know who's wrong. But it's good to have some explanation. And my explanation is very simple. I met a lady many years ago. I'll give you a sort of an insight. And she was in the political realm, and she played a role in terms of getting the political messages out into the media, and as sort of a liaison between the political people and the media. And one thing I found really interesting with her, she said, what you see in the media is about 10% of what's really going on. Not only that, it's usually days in arrear. So what you're seeing today, a lot of it's already happened. We hear that a lot. It's already happened. It's already happened. It's in the past, in the past. Well, in the political realm, a lot of that's true. A lot of these decisions are made, and by the time they get it together and they say what they're going to share and they get a press release together, days go by before we actually hear about it. And they may be faster now because we've got, more than a 24-hour news cycle. We've got podcasters out there constantly. We've got people leaking. We've got congressmen, senators that come out of Congress and flip on their phone and do a live stream. It's just amazing to see that. So maybe it's not quite, days, but certainly there's a lot going on behind the scenes we're unaware of. And you say, well, trust the plan. Yeah, I don't know. We're kind of beyond that, aren't we? We've been hearing that enough. So now we say, well, if we're not going to trust the plan, how do we take a deep breath here? Well, we're going to have to, because we're not going to get any more right now on Epstein. So there's not really a whole lot we're going to be able to do. So we're not going to let that one go to sleep. We're not going to let it go end up on the back burner, right? None of us are going to do that. We're going to keep going and keep asking about it and keep doing what we need to do. And at some point, we're going to get enough information, we'll get more information on it, that'll start to make sense. I don't know how long that'll be. I don't know if it'll be 6 months. I don't know if it'll be 6 weeks, 6 days, or 60 years in the case of JFK, right? I don't know. But eventually that truth will come out. So, right now, I tell people this, don't react right away. Try not to react emotionally. I get it. It's hard. We've been looking forward to something. Let's have an arrest. Let's have a conviction. Let's have something. And all we're getting is, we're going to have some subpoenas and Congress is going to look into it. They're going to do an investigation. I think I'm tired of that. I think you are too. The investigations don't go anywhere. They don't lead to anything. They don't. They have no teeth. So very challenging July from that perspective. We're only the 10th of July here, so we're 1/3 into the month. And what a month it's been already. Well, I have it on good authority. People are saying it's going to increase. We're going to see more crazy in July than we might even know about. So here's the thing we got to do. We got to pay attention to this. We got to really focus right now on keeping calm, keeping our head about us, keeping on path, and keep doing the things you got to do every day. Take care of your life. Don't stop. The mistake a lot of people will make is they'll stop. Oh, I'm not going to do anything. I'm so pissed off right now. And I see that. I get the comments. I get the emails. Don't. Continue living your life. Continue doing your. Keep an eye on it, certainly. But don't let it stop you. Because there isn't anything at this point we can do to affect something on the national level, but we can do a lot to affect things on the local level. Our friends, our family, our immediate circle, our social media friends and followers, right? We can affect that. We can talk about it. And we should. We should be talking about it. We should not let the conversation die. I'm here doing this, right? I could be doing other things. I could be working on some marketing today, but instead I decided to take a little break and record this video because it's important that we keep talking about it. Now, can I impact anything that goes on me directly at that level? No. Me directly with the people who follow me, my friends, my family, of course I can. And you can too. And we've really got to harness that. That's our power. That's our power to take things back and put things back in control, because enough of us do it. It's not going to take everybody. It's literally going to take, I think the numbers, they say about 1 million people to be awake, to be aware, and to take some form of action, and then the pendulum will switch and start going the other direction. So I think we're fairly close to that. And this, if it's serving to do anything, this whole Epstein saga, if it's doing anything for us, it's waking everybody up. Everyone's riled up now. And in a way, that's a good thing. I know it's a pain in the butt to be riled up about things, but maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it gets more of us into the game, and we get closer and closer to what they call the tipping point. And we tip things back in the right direction. I don't know. I'm hopeful. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And I know that it's not just the Epstein this week. It was what else is going on. Well, today we find out that Donald Trump is supporting Lindsey Graham for re-election. I don't think there's anybody that supports him. So what's that about, right? Again, do we have the whole story? I'm not excusing it. Trust me. I'm not saying, hey, he's doing the right thing. I'm saying we probably don't have the whole story, because this doesn't make sense from what we know of this man that Trump would be endorsing him for re-election. Doesn't make any sense. And why are we sending weapons now to Ukraine? Wasn't that the whole deal? We want to end that war. We want to stop it. Sending weapons to Ukraine doesn't seem like stopping, does it? Seems like we're going in the opposite direction. So I think from what we're seeing, some of the bigger stories, it's a bad week. It's a tough week, no question. And, you got to dig a little bit to find the good news. We've been posting it here on the Renegade Media Telegram channel. We've been posting what we've been finding. Some good stuff, some bad stuff. Take the good with the bad. And I think that's where it's going. It feels a little bit like, the popcorn before it starts to pop, right? We're right there. It's like the oil is just about hot enough. The popcorn's about to explode. And now we're starting the first few kernels popping. Boom, boom, boom. We're not liking some of them. Some of them didn't explode properly. They got the little bit too much shell on them still. Some of them are doing really well. And I think that's what we're in for right now. We're just in for a lot of that. So brace yourself. I think it's going to be a very hot July. I'm outside now. It's about 90, 93, 94 degrees out here. But I'm okay. I got a nice little breeze. I'm doing okay. And I think it's going to be a hot July from wherever we are. So July, August, and a lot of people who are kind of, looking at this intuitively, pulling the cards and doing that kind of thing, are saying by the time September comes, we'll be in a new place. We'll be in a better place. A lot of this stuff will be behind us. A lot of it will get resolved in a new way. There will be a lot of surprises. Don't, just count your wins here. There's going to be a lot of surprises as we go forward. I know there will be. We just got to be aware and pay attention, and don't let it distract too much from your life. Don't let it take away from your family time and your play time and stuff. Keep an eye on it because it's important. And if there is something that you feel that you can do it. And it could be as simple as sharing a video. It could be as simple as commenting on a post or liking a post on social media. That stuff helps. You might not think it does. Oh, I'm just one little guy. I've got 5 followers. What difference does it make? Yeah, you got 5 followers, but you could follow how many people? And how many posts could you click on or comment on? Makes a difference. The algorithm sees that. More people will see it the more you do it. So we all have a role to play. There's always something we can do. And, just keep in mind we got to stick together as a group. And I'll keep coming and bringing videos to you. I'm going to keep doing that. We're going to be back on Monday with a full show. Bruce Poppy will be joining me on Monday's show. And we'll dig into this a little bit further. I've got another plan in the works for a different show that'll happen on Thursday evenings. That'll be a group of people coming on, sort of a roundtable, if you will. And I think that's kind of important too, to get different perspectives on things, because you can't get it from just one person. I'm giving you my perspective. I could be wrong. You might agree, you might disagree. Might be better off to have different opinions. So I've been looking at other people's opinions. I've been looking at everything that people have been putting out, watching videos and reading articles and on and on. And, there's not a whole lot that makes complete sense. There are pieces that make sense here, that makes sense there, but I don't feel like I have the whole picture yet. Certainly on the Epstein thing, I don't have the whole picture. And you don't either. Nobody does. And, there's a lot that's going on behind closed doors with these things. Other countries may be involved. Bigger players may be involved. We don't know. So we got to be careful of one thing. I think this is probably one of the more important things. Life is not black and white, right? A lot of colors back here. Look at all these trees. Look at all the colors. Little red leaves, green leaves, right? The brown bark. You got all kinds of colors. So we try to make things understandable by making them black and white. And when we do, what we do is we really lose all the nuances of the millions of colors between complete black and complete white. And that's not a good thing. So we got to recognize, don't oversimplify, realize any of these things are really complex. And they take a lot of effort to understand. And there's no way any news organization is going to be able to give you the full and complete story without doing a 2-hour documentary. And even then, there are pieces they won't be able to cover. So recognize that in all of this, we don't have the full picture. We're probably never going to have the full picture. It's not always black and white. It's not always like the Lindsey Graham thing. Caught me by surprise. I wouldn't think anybody would, be endorsing him. And here Trump comes out today and says he's going to endorse him. Okay, there's more to that story. Obviously, there's more to that story than we know. So am I upset about it? Well, Kinda. You know, I don't like it. You know, I'm not going to get upset and ruin my day over it, but I don't like it. But there's more to it, right? What else is going on there? Where else is that? Where else are the connections that we're not aware of? Things we don't see. Again, you know, we see things on the surface, but below the surface, there's a lot going on that we just don't have. We don't have eyes on it. We can't see it. So it's going to require patience. It's going to require stamina. It's going to require that you stay strong and, you know, remain flexible because, boy, those punches are going to come and you're going to have to duck and dodge sometimes to avoid them. Because the emotional punch to the gut, boy, that's not going to be any fun. And I think we're in for a few more of those. I don't think we're quite done yet. So that's where we are today, Thursday, July 10th. Who knows? Tomorrow may bring other things. I don't know. If there's you know, a lot worth talking about, I will come back on and do another video. Otherwise, boy, I wish you guys a great weekend. Have a summertime. You know, go out and enjoy. Get in the pool. Do something. Get some sun. Sun is really good. Look at this sun. How bright this sun is. This is so bright. I love it. Yeah, really get out there, get some tan. You know, get some vitamin D in you, and enjoy some time with the kiddies. And you know, we'll see. I don't know what's going to happen, but it'll be an interesting day. Monday, there's always a lot that comes out, so that's why I like to do a show on Monday. So I'll be back Monday, 4 p.m. Pacific or 7 p.m. Eastern, and we'll have a new show. Bruce will be with me, so we'll be talking about a lot of news and really where things are falling by that time. We may or may not know more, but we'll look into it. All right. Love all you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to get back to work now. I'm going to get back to the computer, go do something fun. But I just wanted to drop this this video for you. Thanks for watching. See y'all soon. Matt Geiger he runs VerityMetals.com. As you guys know, I've been talking about him a lot. He is very easy to talk to. I know a lot of people contact me sometimes with questions. You know, should I invest in silver? Should I invest in gold? I'm not qualified to make those decisions. My decision is both. You know, that's what I did. I got both. So I don't know which way one's going to win, but I have both. So whichever one goes, I'm going to be in good shape. And if the other one doesn't, no big deal, right? So if you want to find out about investing in gold and silver and learn more about it, worth giving him a call. I'll give you the phone number here. It's 480-717-9081 or veritymetals.com/renegade. And there is a free ebook you can grab at that URL, veritymetals.com/renegade, which will give you the ins and outs, top 10 mistakes investors make and how to avoid them. So when you speak to Matt and you're ready to make an investment, you could check for yourself to make sure he's ticking off all the boxes. He always does, but just make sure that you're an informed investor, right? If you're going into this, you know, you're not going in blind, and it's real important that you don't allow a salesperson to talk you into something that isn't going to be in, for your best interest. You know, it's just one of those things. You got to protect yourself always.